Hi, welcome to Yoga for Stretching. I'm Monica, and I'm so glad you're here. If you are like me, sometimes you get up and you feel stiff. I don't think that that's an abnormal feeling to have. So let's practice together and feel a little bit unstiff together. All right, we're actually going to start on your hands and your knees. So when you come to your hands and your knees, you start to wag your hips side to side, and then take a big cat stretch. Tuck your tailbone, push into your hands. Notice what you feel here. And reverse that to a back bend. So lift your tailbone, lift your chin, look up. And again, a big cat stretch. Push into your hands. Maybe look between your thighs behind you. And uncurl, lift your chin, look all the way up towards the sky. All right, come back to a neutral spine and start to circle your rib cage. So it doesn't matter which direction you go in, just try to see if you can get a full circle with your rib cage. And then whatever direction you're in, reverse that circle. So notice when you reverse that circle, if it feels like you have to concentrate more on this other direction. And just see how loose you feel, or maybe how restricted you feel when you take these rib circles. All right, come back to stillness on your hands and your knees. We're gonna walk your hands forward. So if you look at your wrists are in front of your elbows and your shoulders. You start to push your hips back. Now your hips are not to touch your heels. It's just to see what kind of stretch you feel in your upper body. Maybe around your mid back, underneath your arms. Lift your hips, come forward. Let's do that again. Just push your body back. When you push your body back, notice what you feel and shift your body forward. Let's do that one more time just to get into the feeling. Beautiful. And come forward. Once you come forward, walk your hands back so your hands will be underneath your shoulders. Lift your left hand, circle your left wrist around. Lower your left hand down and switch to your right hand. Circle your right wrist. Lower your right hand down to your mat. Lift your left arm towards the ceiling and turn your chest towards the left. See how big you can open up. Can you wave your left arm behind you a little bit more? And then thread your left arm underneath your right. Just lower your shoulder, the left side of your head down to your mat or to your floor. A gentle push into your right hand. You feel the twist here? Lift your left arm back up towards the ceiling. Turn your chest towards the left again. And lower your left hand down to your mat. Switch to your right arm. Lift your right arm up. Turn your chest towards the right. Stay right here. Get big, get open, get wide across your chest. And then twist left. Lower your right shoulder. Your head down to your mat. Lift your right arm towards the ceiling. A big twist towards the right. Once more. And lower your right hand down to your mat. All right, we're gonna walk your knees together just a little bit. So you'll still have space between your knees, but tuck your toes behind you and push your hips towards your heels. See if you feel a toe stretch, a stretch on the bottoms of your feet, and shift forward. Once you shift forward, untuck your toes. Resist the urge to pat your feet out. Just notice if the fronts of your feet make connection to your mat. Walk your hands back towards you and sit your hips towards your heels. So for some bodies, this feels comfortable. It feels like nothing. For other bodies, depends on your hips, your knees, or your ankles. This might feel like a challenge. So if it does feel challenging for you, that's okay. That's normal. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, push your hips back. And then shift your hips forward, untuck your toes, walk your hands back, have a seat on your heels. Maybe you keep your hands connected to your mat or you sit all the way up. Just stay wherever you are for a breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Walk your hands forward, lift your hips from your heels. We're going to straighten your left leg and tuck your left toes at the back of your mat. And then just start to push your body towards the back of your room. See if you feel a calf stretch here. And then shift forward. Once you shift forward, take your left foot off the side of your mat. If you feel a cramp on the outside of your hip, a lot of people do, just wiggle your hips. Right? From here, just press your hips back towards your right heel. Again, you don't have to sit all the way back. With space between your heel and your bottom, you could still feel a stretch on the inside of your thigh. And shift forward. We're going to do that one more time. Push your hips back. And shift your hips forward. Keep your left leg straight. We're going to circle it towards the back of your mat. And lift your left foot from your mat. Breathe in. When you exhale, cross your left thigh behind your right thigh. Try to squeeze your thighs together. Once you squeeze your thighs together, see if you can open your feet apart from one another and walk your hands towards you. You'll start to push your hips back. Maybe you connect your bottom to your mat, have a seat, and you can lower your chest. Or maybe you're here and see what you feel on the outsides of your hips. Now shift forward. Once you shift forward with your hips, you're going to uncross your legs, straighten your left leg again. Just follow me here. Left knee towards your left arm. Just circle it around and forward and then push back. Straighten your left leg. We'll do that one more time. Left knee towards your left arm and straighten your left leg. Stay right here. Breathe in. On your exhale, lower your left knee down to your mat. Wag your hips side to side. We can take cat stretch and a back bend. Maybe you like the rib circles again. We'll meet together and in stillness, straighten your right leg, tuck your right toes at the back of your mat, push your body back. See what you feel on the back of your right leg. And shift your body forward. I'm going to take your right foot off the side of your mat. Again, wiggle your hips if you need to. Think of your right ankle in line with your hip. So if your foot is behind your hip, try to slide it forward a little bit. And then press your hips back. See if you feel an inner thigh stretch on the right side. Shift forward. We'll do it one more time. Push your hips back. And shift forward. All right, take your right foot towards the back of your mat. Lift your foot up. Stay here, breathe in. Cross your right thigh behind your left thigh. All right, can you put your right foot down and then open your feet apart from one another? So this right here might be enough for you and for your hips. Sometimes that's the case for me as well. You could start to walk your hands closer to you and push your hips back. Maybe you stay here with space between your bottom and your mat, or you sit all the way down. If you sit down, the option to stay with your chest upright or fold over your leg. How's your breath? Is it easy? Are you breathing? All right. Take your time, lift your hips up, come forward. We're going to straighten your right leg to the back of your mat, lift your foot again. 2 times, circle your right knee around and bring it towards your right arm. It doesn't have to touch. Straighten your right leg back. Do it again. Right knee towards your right arm and straighten your right leg. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your right knee down to your mat. All right, how do your wrists feel? You might need a little relief here. Just flip to the back of your left wrist or your left hand, right? And push. And then flip back to your left palm and switch to your right hand. Just flip back to the back of your right hand. Hold it here. See if you feel a stretch on your forearm. All right, then place your right hand on your mat. Keep your knees where they are. We're going to stand on your knees. When you stand on your knees, place your hands on your hips. Push your hips forward. So instead of thinking about this as a deep back bend, right, or camel pose, think about this as an anterior hip stretch, right? So hands will stay where they are. Your elbows could stay wide, or you could start to squeeze them towards one another, and you can keep your gaze forward towards the front of your space. Notice what you feel in your low back. It's normal to feel compression here. So just feel it. Know that it's okay. Lift your chest. Come and stand on your knees. Take your arms down by your sides. Lift your shoulders to your ears. Breathe in. When you exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. We're going to sync your breath with this movement. So do it again. Breathe in, lift your shoulders up. When you exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Lift both of your arms towards the sky to the right. We're going to twist and open your arms. So when you twist to the right, notice if you took your pelvis with you, it's okay if it's shifted a little bit. Let that happen. Lift your arms up, turn your chest forward, and switch, turn to the left. Lift your arms up, turn forward. Bend your elbows down by your sides, lift your rib cage, lift your gaze. Maybe a little deeper back bend here. And lift your arms up towards the sky. Stay where you are. Just hold on to your left wrist and reach right. Come back to center and switch. Reach left. Come back to center. Take your arms down by your sides. If it feels comfortable to sit on your heels, just have a seat on your heels. If it feels better to bring your legs around and in front of you and sit with your legs crossed or your legs out straight in front of you, you can do that. Just find the most comfortable seat for yourself and place your palms together to touch in front of your heart. From your head to your toes. Grateful for the feeling, whatever the feeling is that you feel, whether it's you feel flexible already or if you feel a little bit stiff, it's okay. Just the awareness of it. Feel gratitude for that. Breathe in and breathe out. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Again, my name is Monica. I'm so glad that you're here and we are moving together. You could do all the things. You could like the video, subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I publish more classes, and even send it to someone you know who complains about being feeling stiff, right? Say, I got a video for you. Anyway, I'll link another video here that I think you might like, that will also make you feel good in your body. That's it for now. Bye.